Hello and welcome. Time to shine. 30 creative challenges coming up. Not subscribed yet? Join our community today to access new quizzes every week, engaging educational content, and a fun learning experience. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest uploads. How does light travel? In a straight line. In a zigzag path. In circles. The correct answer is, in a straight line. Here's an interesting fact: light always travels in straight lines until it is reflected or refracted. What happens when light is blocked by an object? A reflection forms. A shadow forms. Light disappears. The correct answer is, a shadow forms. Here's an interesting fact: shadows form when an object blocks light from reaching a surface. What kind of material lets all light pass through? Opaque. Translucent. Transparent. The correct answer is, transparent. Here's an interesting fact: transparent materials, like glass, allow all light to pass through. What kind of material lets some light pass through but not all? Opaque. Translucent. Transparent. The correct answer is, translucent. Here's an interesting fact: translucent materials, like frosted glass, scatter light. What kind of material does not let any light pass through? Opaque. Translucent. Transparent. The correct answer is, opaque. Here's an interesting fact: opaque materials, like wood or metal, completely block light. What happens when light hits a mirror? It bends. It disappears. It reflects. The correct answer is, it reflects. Here's an interesting fact: mirrors reflect light, creating an image of the object in front of them. Why do we see our reflection in a mirror? Because mirrors absorb light. Because mirrors reflect light. Because light passes through the mirror. The correct answer is, because mirrors reflect light. Here's an interesting fact: mirrors reflect light, bouncing it back to our eyes to form an image. What happens when light passes through a convex lens? It spreads out. It focuses inwards. It disappears. The correct answer is, it focuses inwards. Here's an interesting fact: convex lenses bring light rays together, helping to magnify images. What is the shadow like when the light source is close to an object? Smaller. Larger. No shadow. The correct answer is, larger. Here's an interesting fact: The closer the light source, the bigger the shadow. What happens to a shadow when the light source moves higher in the sky? It gets longer. It disappears. It gets shorter. The correct answer is, it gets shorter. Here's an interesting fact. Shadows are shortest when the sun is directly overhead and longest in the morning and evening. What is the source of natural light? Candle. Sun. Bulb. The correct answer is sun. Here's an interesting fact. The sun is a natural source of light, while candles and bulbs are artificial. What is an artificial source of light? Firefly. Torch. Sun. The correct answer is torch. Here's an interesting fact. A torch is a man-made source of light, while the sun is natural. What do we call an object that produces its own light? Reflector. Luminous. Non-luminous. The correct answer is luminous. Here's an interesting fact. Luminous objects, like the sun and fireflies, generate their own light. What do we call an object that does not produce its own light? Luminous. Non-luminous. Transparent. The correct answer is non-luminous. Here's an interesting fact. Non-luminous objects, like the moon, do not generate light but reflect it. Why do shadows change size during the day? Because of the shape of objects. Because of the sun's position. Because of the wind. The correct answer is, because of the sun's position. Here's an interesting fact. Shadows change size as the sun moves across the sky, changing the angle of light. What happens when light travels through water? It disappears. It bends. It speeds up. The correct answer is, it bends. Here's an interesting fact. Light bends when it moves from air to water, a process called refraction. What happens when light hits a smooth, shiny surface? It bends. It gets absorbed. It reflects. The correct answer is, it reflects. Here's an interesting fact. Smooth, shiny surfaces reflect light in a clear direction. What color reflects the most light? Black. White. Red. The correct answer is white. Here's an interesting fact. White reflects the most light because it does not absorb any colors. What color absorbs the most light? White. Black. Blue. The correct answer is black. Here's an interesting fact. Black absorbs the most light, making it the hottest in sunlight. What is a shadow? A reflection of light. An area where light is blocked. A beam of light. The correct answer is an area where light is blocked. Which object would create the darkest shadow? A glass bottle. A wooden block. A plastic sheet. The correct answer is a wooden block. Here's an interesting fact. Wood is opaque, so it blocks all light and forms a dark shadow. What do we call the bending of light? Reflection. Refraction. Absorption. The correct answer is refraction. Here's an interesting fact. Refraction occurs when light bends as it passes from one material to another. What tool can split white light into different colors? A mirror. A prism. A magnifying glass. The correct answer is a prism. Here's an interesting fact. A prism breaks white light into the colors of the spectrum. Which type of mirror makes objects look bigger? Concave mirror. Flat mirror. Convex mirror. The correct answer is concave mirror. Here's an interesting fact. Concave mirrors make objects appear larger because they focus light inward. What type of mirror is used in side view mirrors of cars? Flat mirror. Concave mirror. Convex mirror. The correct answer is convex mirror. Here's an interesting fact. Convex mirrors provide a wider field of view, making them useful for car mirrors. Which part of the day are shadows the longest? Noon. Morning. Afternoon. The correct answer is morning. Here's an interesting fact. Shadows are longest in the morning and evening when the sun is lower in the sky. What happens when you place an object in front of a torch? A reflection appears. A shadow forms. The torch stops working. The correct answer is a shadow forms. Here's an interesting fact. Light cannot pass through opaque objects, creating shadows. What happens to your shadow when you move closer to a light source? It gets larger. It disappears. It gets smaller. The correct answer is, it gets larger. Here's an interesting fact. Shadows grow larger as the object moves closer to the light. What is the main reason we can see objects? Objects create light. Objects reflect light. The correct answer is, objects reflect light. Here's an interesting fact: we see objects because light reflects off them into our eyes. What type of object allows only some light to pass through? Opaque, translucent, transparent. The correct answer is translucent. Here's an interesting fact: translucent objects scatter light, allowing some of it to pass through. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and we'll catch you in the next one.